Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Hard sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Friday, June 30th, 2023. We got a pretty good slate to talk about today. Got some Major League Baseball. Also, talk UFC Fight Night. Strickland versus I always forget. Magomedov. There you go, Magomedov. It's a weird last name, but that's the main event for the UFC Fight Night this weekend. We'll talk. I'll give out my picks for that as well. But I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Well, pretty good.
Hot, man.
Yeah, it is.
It is hot.
What do you think about the Pacers trade?
I don't mind it because Dorte, if you looked, his playing time went way down last year. He had a decent rookie season, but then with the arrival of Matherin last year, and then Dorte did have an injury at the beginning of the season, but his playing that time went way down.
And then with the picks they
and
got
then
this year.
and then bringing in Shepard this year. So I don't think he was going to get much playing time if he was on the 15-man roster. So I didn't mind that they traded him and got some assets with some picks. So I didn't mind that. And now they're saying that we might be in the running for Kuzma.
What do you think about that? You think he's a fit?
Yeah, I think he'd be a good fit. He can play
fit defense and rebound.
Yeah, he's not terrible on defense, and he can score. He can score as well. I thought the Lakers gave up on him too early when they did. And he played pretty good. I believe it was in Washington.
Yep.
So yeah, I wouldn't be mad if that was a guy they brought in. I think he could fit in with our team with the players we have. Still hearing rumors about Miles Turner trading Miles Turner,
Yeah,
which
but
I hope I really don't.
But all the
understand that.
But all the trade rumors I see, Chris, is ridiculous rumors. It's like not getting anything back for him worth of crap.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know if they're realistic or not. I'm not. Maybe they are, but I don't think the Lakers or the Pacers are just going to give them away to the Lakers or some other team.
I don't understand why we want to get rid of one of our best defenders. He can score too, but he's one of our best defenders that we have.
I know.
He's a rim protector. He's a great shot blocker.
I know the one guy that drafted.
I know sometimes he don't rebound like I think he should. Not all the time. There's games where he does rebound like he should, but then there's other games where his rebounding will fall off.
Well, the guy that they drafted, number one, is a guy that they brought him in to help be a rebounder and rim protector to help Turner.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's teams that want Turner. I think they don't want to give anything about. I don't think the Lakers have anything that they're willing to give up that the Pacers would take. I forget the other team. There's a couple other teams that been talked about.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Free agency officially starts, I think, at 6 Eastern tonight. From what I was.
Where do you think Harden's best fit would be?
Oh man, I don't know. I think a lot of it depends on what you give up for him. I think Clippers wouldn't be a terrible fit for him, especially because they have quite a bit of depth. If they don't have to give up a lot of their young players, and if you get George and Kawhi on the court, uh, I think that could be a good fit. What's up, Mike? Mike Hughes says he thinks Harden on the Bulls for DeRozan could help. So I mean, I just think it's kind of funny that he's what, in like 3 years. This is the third time he's demanding the trade.
What do you think? I don't think this trade's going to happen quick. What do you think? I think it's going to take some time.
I don't know, because I mean, yeah, it could take some time, but also some of these teams that are interested in them are going to want to try to do it quick, because if they don't get that done, that way there's still other players that maybe they can go after before too many moves get made. Yeah, Mike, that does make sense, because if they done that, they could get Philly could get Maxey in as a starter. So that's the only reason I think it might get done a little quicker, just because if you do wait, and say if you're the Clippers or the Knicks and you wait and then it falls apart and you don't get them, then you might miss out on other players. Your options could be limited. I know on here of course this is Nick Wright, but his proposed trade is Harden to the Clippers. The Sixers get Damian Lillard, and the Blazers get Maxey, Powell, and Zubac from the Sixers. You're giving up, to me, you're giving up an awful lot for the Sixers would be giving up an awful lot. I know you're getting Lillard, but I don't know. And I don't know if Portland's going to trade Lillard. That's been up in the air there. Who knows what's going to happen there? One minute you hear that they were keeping them, and the next minute you hear that they're going to move on from them. And,
well, they're at one point yesterday, everybody thought Harden was staying in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
things changed very quickly.
I figured he was going to stay. Another trade he has proposed to the Timberwolves. Harden and then Timberwolves get Harden and 29 first round pick, and the Sixers will get Karl Anthony Towns. But do the Sixers need Towns with Embiid? We haven't seen a whole lot of these two big men teaming up really working out real well. I mean, you had Rudy Gobert there with Karl Anthony Towns in Minnesota, and that didn't really come to fruition like some people thought it would. Hell, I'm surprised Nick Wright don't have him going to the Lakers in some kind of deal.
Lakers for Lakers 2040 draft pick.
That's probably the next pick they have left. They've already gave up. They've already gave up about all their draft picks that they have. But all right, we'll get ready to jump into baseball. Pretty good slate of baseball games today, and then like I said, also we'll talk some UFC for tomorrow night or for tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's night or if it's a day when. I can't remember what time it starts tomorrow.
I think it's 7.
They start them. Everything starts at different times anymore. WWE starting at 3 in the afternoon. Because Jay said, "Hey, Frankie's wanting to do a watch along. I'm gonna be busy. Would you want to do it with him?" Which Frankie had already messaged me yesterday about it. I told Frankie I wasn't going to be able to, but I don't think Jay knew that. And he goes, I'm going to try to get on when I get back. He goes, no, it starts like 7 or 8 in the evening. Does I said, no, Jay, it starts like at 3. He goes, he goes, it starts early. I said, yeah, because they're in England or whatever.
Actually, their SmackDown is being taped right now. They're in England live right now, and it's being taped and air at 8 o'clock tonight on Fox. Because they're live in England.
But so yeah, but I think that's going to be a real good pay per view. I'm going to watch at least some of it. Depending on what the weather is doing, I might watch almost all of it. But I don't know what the weather's going to do.
What do you think's going to happen? Who do you think's going to win the men's Men in the Bank? I'm going with Damian Priest. Even though I think they're going to push LA Knight, but I don't. The reason I don't think because if you put it on LA Knight, who's he going to beat? Is he going to beat Seth Rollins? He's not going to beat Roman.
Yeah, but who are you going to have Damian beat?
I think that
Rollins.
I think they might have Damian beat Rollins. Build a big feud on the Raw.
They could. I don't know. I'm gonna go with LA Knight, but you do make a good point there.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's LA Knight, but I didn't want to give two, so I was going to go with Damian. What about the women's? I'm going with Io Sky. But I can make cases for. I mean, could you put it on Trish Stratus? Could you put? I mean, you can make cases for several people. But I'm gonna go with Io Sky.
I'd probably go with Io as well.
And what the heck do you think is going to happen with the Civil War?
I don't know. I'm still thinking that maybe Rikishi's going to show up and get involved. I think it'd be cool if Solo turned on Roman, but who knows what? I don't know what they're going to do. They've done a good job with that of keeping you guessing.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. And I like that. I like the fact that we have no idea what's going to happen there.
Okay, so we have one game going on right now: Guardians and the Cubs. The Cubs are up 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. In that game,
Cubs been playing pretty good baseball.
All right, next game. Well, first game I like is going to be the San Diego Padres at the Cincinnati Reds. The Padres are 1.5 run favorites on the road. They're minus 134 on the money line. The Reds are plus 114 on the money line. Over-unders at 11 runs. The Padres are 37-44 on the season. They are 17-22 on the road. They will have Lugo on the mound tonight, who is 3-4 with a 4.01 ERA. The Padres are 1-4 over their last 5 games. They are on a 4-game losing streak. They are hitting .233 as a team on the season with a 3.81 team ERA. The Reds are 43-38 on the season, 21-20 at home. They will have Ashcraft on the mound tonight, who is 3-6 with a 7.17 ERA. Reds are 2-3 over their last 5 games. Reds have won 14 of their last 17 games, and also won 6 of their last 7 series. The Reds are hitting .257 as a team on the season with a 5.01 team ERA. ERA shot back up in the fives over the last week. Reds are struggling with starting pitching right now with injuries, but they were able to, even with that being said, they were still able to win the series against Baltimore, who's been one of the better teams in baseball so far this season. And after looking at some stats and stuff, I didn't realize how similar the Orioles and the Reds are. But the Orioles have almost the same amount of comeback wins as the Reds do. They both have been like the comeback kings this season. Of course, the Orioles have a little bit better record. They're 48-31, but they have a real good offense too. They can really hit the ball. I mean, we saw that in that series against the Reds. Both teams can hit the ball and score runs in bunches, especially when they get hot. I like the Reds in this game. They're at home. I'm gonna take the Reds at the plus 1.5. Getting the Reds as underdog at home. They've been playing well. Padres have been struggling. I'm not going to lie. Only reason I'm not taking them on the money line is because Ashcraft is the starting pitcher, and they just brought him back up. His first start back up, he struggled. I'm hoping he looks better tonight than when he did his first start back. But I like the Reds at the plus 1.5. Next game I like is going to be the Minnesota Yeah, Minnesota Twins at the Baltimore Orioles. The Twins are 1.5 run favorites in this game. They're minus 102 on the money line. The Orioles are minus 116 on the money line. So this game's close to a pick 'em. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. The Twins are 40-42 on the season, 17-23 on the road. They will have Lopez on the mound tonight, who is 3-5 with a 4.41 ERA. The Twins are 1-4 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .231 as a team on the season with a 3.70 team ERA. The Orioles are 48-31 on the season, 25-16 at home. They will have Kremer on the mound, who is 8-3 with a 4.50 ERA. The Orioles are 3-2 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .253 as a team on the season, have a 4.28 team ERA. I like the Orioles here at the plus 1.5. Orioles have been good at home. They're 25-16 at home. The Twins have struggled on the road at 17-23, and you can get the Orioles at plus 1.5 on FanDuel. So I like the Orioles there at the plus 1.5. Next game, Red Sox at the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are 1.5 run favorites at home, minus 142 on the money line. The Red Sox are plus 120 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. Red Sox are 40-42 on the season, 19-21 on the road. The Red Sox will have Paxton on the mound tonight, who is 3-1 with a 3.19 ERA. The Red Sox are 1-4 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .260 as a team on the season with a 4.48 team ERA. Blue Jays are 45-37 on the season, 23-15 at home. They will have Berrios on the mound tonight, who is 8-5 with a 3.60 ERA. Blue Jays are 3-2 over the last 5 games. They're hitting .264 as a team on the season with a 3.93 team ERA. I like the Blue Jays on the money line here at home, but the Red Sox are 4-0 versus the Blue Jays this season. But all 4 of them games were in Boston. This will be the first time that they've played in Toronto because with Toronto had some construction going on their ballpark early in the year and played a lot of games on the road at the beginning of the season. But I like the Blue Jays on the money line here. We got with Berrios on the mound, and Blue Jays have played pretty good at home. Next game, Giants at the Mets. The Giants are 1.5 run favorites on the road. They're minus 132 on the money line. The Mets are plus 112 on the money line. Over-unders at 9 runs. Giants are 45-36 on the season, 22-17 on the road. They will have Cobb on the mound tonight, who is 5-2 with a 3.09 ERA. Giants are 3-2 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .252 as a team on the season with a 3.92 team ERA. The Mets are 36-45 on the season, 18-18 at home. They'll have Carrasco on the mound tonight, who is 2-3 with a 6.19 ERA. The Mets are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .239 as a team on the season with a 4.59 team ERA. I like the Giants here on the money line. Giants have been playing good baseball. Mets have been just a mess this year. They've had some injuries, and they just haven't been able to put it together like I think most people thought they were going to. So I like the Giants on the money line. Next game, I like Astros at the Rangers. The Rangers are 1.5 run favorites at home, minus 174 on the money line. The Astros are plus 146 on the money line. Over-unders at 9 runs. The Astros are 44-37 on the season, 22-18 on the road. They will have Blanco on the mound tonight, who is 1-0 with a 4.63 ERA. The Astros are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting 246 as a team on the season with a 3.62 team ERA. The Rangers are 49-32 on the season, 26-15 at home. The Rangers will have Gray on the mound tonight, who is 6-3 with a 2.89 ERA. Rangers are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting 273 as a team on the season with a 3.76 team ERA. I like the Rangers here on the money line. They have the better pitcher on the mound tonight, and they are also the better hitting, have been the better hitting team so far this season. So I'm gonna go with the Rangers on the money line. And then my next game for Major League Baseball is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays at the Seattle Mariners. The Rays are 1.5 run favorites, minus 130 on the money line. The Mariners are plus 110 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 7.5 runs. The Rays are 56-28 on the season, 22-18 on the road. On the mound tonight for the Rays is McClanahan, who is 11-1 with a 2.23 ERA. The Rays are 3-2 over the last 5 games, hitting 264 as a team with a 3.62 team ERA. The Mariners are 38-41 on the season, 22-19 at home. Mariners will have Miller on the mound tonight, who is 5-3 with a 3.88 ERA. Mariners are 1-4 over the last 5, hitting 229 as a team on the season with a 3.81 team ERA. I like the Rays on the money line here with McClanahan on the mound. So that's going to be my picks for Major League Baseball. Reds plus 1.5, Orioles plus 1.5, Blue Jays money line, Giants money line, Rangers money line, and the Rays on the money line. And then my picks yesterday were 2-2. I forgot to say that before I got started. I went 2-2. I had the 4 picks in Major League Baseball. Yesterday I went 2-2 on those. That brings my record to 373 and 304 on the year.
Yeah, my picks for yesterday was 2-2 also. My Major League Baseball picks for tonight, I got San Diego, Cincinnati. I got more faith in you, Chris. I got Cincinnati money line.
Money line?
Ashcraft's going to come back.
I hope he does.
Milwaukee money line at Pittsburgh. Houston at Texas. I'll take Texas money line. I got the Yankees money line at St. Louis. And I got Miami at Atlanta. I'll take Atlanta money line. That's my picks for the Major League Baseball for tonight.
All right, 1 second. We'll get ready to jump into some UFC.
Yeah, I got some picks. So.
All right. Did you have anything else besides UFC?
No, that's all I got.
I'll get these odds pulled up real quick. But yeah, UFC fight night this Saturday night. I just gave out picks for the main card. I didn't do any for the prelims. We'll jump right in those in just 1 second. Try to pull something up here real quick. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right. MMA. All right.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Do you think if Ashcraft has another bad start, do you think it's time to send him back down to the minors and try to get him straightened out? I know with all the injuries,
it could be, but I don't think that right now they really have that option. I mean, it sounds good, and I think that they probably should, but until they get something figured out with these starters, I don't think we have a whole lot of options.
Yeah, might be true.
But all right, first fight, UFC main card. Main card does start at 7:00. You have Bruno Ferreira against Nursultan Ruziboev. I don't know if I said that right. I probably didn't, but Ferreira is a minus 225 favorite. Ruziboev is a plus 180 underdog. I like Ferreira on the money line here. Ferreira is 10-0 He has real good power, great hand speed. He does have good jiu-jitsu as well. He's won 7 fights by knockout, 3 fights by submission. So all 10 of his wins have been by finish. Ruzabov is 34-8. He has good grappling and good submissions, but he's not real good on his striking, and his takedown defense isn't real great. And Fiera has decent takedowns, but he's like I say, he has good hand speed, good power, but he does have pretty good takedowns as well. Ruzbiov has 12 wins by knockout, 20 submissions. So Ruzbiov is big. For him to win this fight, I think it's going to come down to can he get a submission? But I think Fiera can be able to take him down, but I think Fiera will be able to do good enough on his feet with his striking advantage over Ruzbiov. So I like Fiera on the money line.
I like Fiera also. I'll take him on the money line also.
Next fight, Ismail Bonfim against Benoit St. Denis. Bonfim is a -320 favorite. St. Denis is a +245 underdog. This fight's at 155. Bonfim is 19-3. He has 9 wins by knockout, 4 wins by submission, 6 wins by decision. Bonfim is a good boxer, pretty well-rounded fighting, has good takedown has good takedown defense, has a great left hook. St. Denis, he has good wrestling and good takedowns, but his striking is improving, but he's not the best striker. But I think Bonfim is going to be too much for him on his feet, and I think Bonfim's takedown defense is going to be good enough to keep this fight on the feet for the most part. So I like Bonfim in this fight as well.
I'll take Bonfim also.
Next fight is Ariane Lipski against Melissa Gatto. This is a women's fight at 125. Lipski is 15-8. 6 wins by decision, 6 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission. Well-rounded fighter, has a real good Muay Thai. So she's real good on her feet, but she also pretty good on the mat and has decent takedowns. Gatto is 8-1-2. Gatto has 2-inch reach advantage in this fight. Has 2 wins by decision, 2 wins by knockout, 4 wins by submission. Gatto has a good body kick. Her striking has improved some, but she's known more for her grappling. She's dangerous off her back, and she has good submissions. One thing that worries me about Gatto going into this fight is she's had over a year layoff. But so I'm going with the underdog Lipski here. I think Lipski's the more well-rounded fighter, and I think Lipski's going to be able to take advantage of her striking advantage on their feet. And I think Lipski is good enough on the ground to stay out of some of them dangerous positions on the submissions. So I'm gonna go with Lipski at the +184.
I'm going with Gatto.
Next fight, Max Griffin against Michael Morales. This fight's at 170. Griffin is 37 years old, 19-9 in MMA, 7-7 in the UFC. Has good power, good boxing. Does have a good chin. I've seen him get the shit knocked out of him a lot, but he's hard to put away. He has 8 wins by decision, 9 wins by knockout, and 2 wins by submission. He does have pretty good takedowns and pretty good takedown defense. Morales is 26 years old, 14-0. Has real good kicks, also has good takedowns and good wrestling. And he's also a pretty good striker. I think Morales is the more well-rounded fighter here. Morales also has 11 wins of his 14 wins. 11 of them are by knockout, 1 by submission. So 12 of his 14 wins have been by finish. I'm going to go with Morales, the favorite here at the -265 on the money line.
I'm going with Griffin.
And then in the co-main event, you have Damir Ismagulov against Grant Dawson. This fight's a pick'em. Both fighters are at -110.
That's co-main.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I
wasn't
thought you said main event.
it? Yeah, co-main. I might have said, but yeah, it's co-main. This fight's at 155. Ismagulov is 24-2, has a 2-inch reach advantage. One thing that worries me about Ismagulov in this fight was he was going to retire after his last fight, but then realized he had one more fight left on his UFC contract. So is he just doing it? Is he just fighting because he had one more fight left, or is he really going to be taking this fight serious? That worries me a little bit with him. But he has 11 wins by decision, 12 wins by knockout, has great boxing, and also has a great takedown defense. Dawson is 19-1, is on a 10-fight win streak, but can struggle with striking. Not the best striker in this division by far. Does have great jiu-jitsu and has good ground and pound when he gets you down if he's on top. But I'm gonna go with Ismagulov on this fight, even though like I said, I am worried a little bit just because he had mentioned retirement, and sometimes when a fighter, well, not even just a fighter, when an athlete talks retirement, that can be scary because sometimes they already have one foot out the door. But I think Ismagulov's striking is going to be too much for Dawson, and I think his takedown defense is going to make it hard for Dawson to get him down to try to use his jiu-jitsu. And so I'm going to go with Ismagulov at the minus 110. Did you have anything for that one?
Yes, I went with Ismagulov also.
And then in the main event, you have Sean Strickland against Abbas Magomedov. Strickland is a minus 164 favorite. Magomedov is a plus 134 underdog. Strickland is 26-5 on 26-5, has good striking, puts out good volume, and he also has a good chin. I've seen this dude take some massive shots as well and eat them. He's 3-2 over his last 5 fights. Magomedov is 25-4-1. Is a good striker, has good kicks. He's also going to have a 2-inch reach advantage in this fight, and he's 4-1 in his last 5. I like Magomedov's pace. He's going to keep moving forward, and I think that could give Strickland some trouble. This is Magomedov's first time in the main event, so it's going to be his first 5-round fight. So that could play a little bit of factor in this. But I'm going with the underdog here, Magomedov, to pick up a big win here against Strickland.
I'm going with Strickland.
So
we got 3 different.
That's all my picks for the UFC Fight Night for this weekend. Like I said, I didn't do none of the prelims. I'll do a couple of the prelims for next week's UFC because you have Nico Price and Bo Nickel, both on them prelims, which I think is going to be pretty good fight. Pretty good, have good chances of winning probably. So I'll probably give out a couple picks for prelims on there. I knew a lot of the fighters on the main card in this one. Didn't know a bunch of them on the prelims. Knew a few, but not a bunch. So I decided to stay away from the prelims.
Nichols on the main card.
Oh, is he on the main card now?
Yeah. What it says here.
Okay, I thought he was going. I thought he was down on the prelims. Wonder if
what shows here.
Something, yeah. Hell, anymore them damn fight cards change so much. It's hard to leave them or hardly look at them until you get a couple days before.
Yeah.
People not making weight or people getting hurt, and fights changing. It seems like they change more now than they used to. So my picks for today: Major League Baseball, Reds plus 1.5, Orioles plus 1.5, Blue Jays money line, Giants on the money line, at Rangers money line, and the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. And then my picks for UFC Fight Night tomorrow: Fiera on the money line, Bonfim on the money line, Lipsky on the money line, Morales money line, Ismagulov on the money line, and Magomedov on the money line. So I took a couple underdogs in there. That's going to be my picks for today and tomorrow. Did you have anything else?
No, I think I'm good to go. Excited for Money in the Bank tomorrow. So
yeah. We appreciate everybody joining us today. Appreciate the people in the comments section. Please like, comment, and share. It helps more people see our videos. We greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show, in podcast form, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Also, hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at the ASAP Sports Network. Like, follow on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room and the ASAP Sports Network. That's where we post all the different information about our upcoming shows. We'll be back on Monday with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Also, Monday night, we have GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. So come join us for that. But we appreciate everybody joining us. Hope everybody has a great and safe 4th of July weekend. And we will see you guys on Monday for another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show.